All right, so this is the Nerdy Nonsense podcast. We're just two nerdy guys that like to talk about stuff. This is episode 171 or 71, and this weekend was a little big, and last week was a little big because of the official launch of Starfield. And this weekend was Destination D23 over at the Contemporary Resort on property at Disney. So. And then we had some kind of stuff happening with the strike. So
I guess I can go first since this week I've been sick, so I haven't done much, to be honest. I've been napping most of the time. So the only things were my usual shows. What happened this week? I think it was the finale of What We Do in the Shadows.
Aired on Thursday, yeah.
Yeah, that, and then Breach was back yesterday since they skipped 1 week. What else? And I already talked about that. Yeah, not much. Like I said, a lot of things ended. Something came back this week. What it was? Trying to remember. Something came back with 2 episodes this week. Oh, Star Trek Lower Decks.
Yes, I saw that come up.
Yeah,
I didn't get a chance to watch it yet.
Yeah, it came back this week. They released the first 2 episodes, and then everything else after that is gonna be weekly. So they were hilarious, and yeah, like I said, everything else same as usual. Ahsoka's this episode was insane the way that it ended. So I cannot wait for Tuesday, and then that's pretty much for me. Like I said, I've been out of commission the whole week because I was sick. So I did mostly napping and trying to recover.
Fair enough. Yeah. I honestly, because of Starfield, I haven't really done a whole lot, and this week was so busy for me with work because of the holiday. I didn't really get a whole lot of time to do many things.
Mm-hmm.
But continue playing Starfield. I'm still not that far into the main story. I think I have, if I look at my hours, I have 25 or 30 hours into the game so far.
Oh, okay.
I kind of went way off track going into the pirate side quests, and then I got sidetracked doing something else, and I literally get to one planet to finish one thing, and then someone else needs help, and I just keep kind of going further and further off where I want to be.
Are you collecting potatoes to put in your into your ship's cockpit?
No, but I thought I was. There's a guy on YouTube actually called Joel Havel, and he does like rotoscoped videos, and he did one specifically for Starfield. Like they contacted him and said they wanted him to do a video for them as like a promotion.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the jokes is the guy fills his entire ship with
potatoes.
There's one that's potatoes, but then this one was the guy was filling his ship with succulents because succulents are everywhere in the game. And I thought I was the only one who kept collecting them every time I see them. And at one point I had I think it was 80 or 100 different succulents in my inventory. It's that or bread. If every time I see like a baguette or bread or succulents, I literally just take them no matter what. And I had so many of them in my inventory. But so far I'm still really liking the game. It's not perfect, but it's definitely a Bethesda game, which is what I wanted.
Yeah.
There's some story things that are a little bit weird, like storytelling wise, that could be better. But is it a game breaker for me? No. I mean, the shipbuilding, now that I know how to do it, and I'm having fun with the shipbuilding, and the space combat and stuff like that, like I'm really enjoying the game. Combat itself is also really, really, really good this time around versus some of the other Bethesda games. And a lot of people are saying that it's very similar to
Skyrim.
Not Skyrim. what the hell was it? The Outer Worlds, which was made by ZeniMax, which is the company that actually made Fallout New Vegas. So, or Obsidian Entertainment technically is what they're called now. But they came out with a game a couple of years ago called The Outer Worlds, which I really liked. It's very short. And people are comparing this kind of to that a little bit, which makes sense. Only there's a little bit more customization and stuff that you can do in this that I like a lot more. I wish there was more customization. I think I said that last week. Like, you have outfit choices. That's it.
Yeah.
You can't change your pants or your shirts or your jackets or whatever. They all just come as one set, which is kind of stupid. But other than that, again, I still really like the game. The weapons still kind of like Skyrim, where it's the same 17 different weapons you're going to get with different attributes on them, whatever. I kind of understand why they do that, just so that they can save on assets. Makes it easy. And coming from Borderlands, which is literally the same thing, it's not that big a deal to me. But I'm still really liking it. Still not 100% caught up on What We Do in the Shadows. I think we're 1 episode or 2 episodes away now from the finale. And what was the other thing? Oh, Strange Planet. We finished. I think the last episode came out. Oh no, wait, it's not done yet. They had like a week or two gap for some reason, and then they had a new episode that came out on the 6th, which is, what was that, Thursday?
Yeah.
No, which was about like kids doing a prom, kind of, and it was really funny. I like the show a lot.
I still need to watch it.
It's really stupid, and it's something that you don't really have to think about watching. That's why we watch. Like, we'll watch it while we're eating, or we'll watch it when we really are just too burnt out to do anything else. Because it's just such an easy thing to kind of put on in the background. But it's super fun. And then Fiona and Cake also came back with 2 episodes on Friday. And it got dark. My boy Prismo, shout out. But this show's really, 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 really dark. And Adventure Time's always been kind of dark, but this, like, going into like Simon, which is the Ice King's backstory more, and like how depressed he is, and Prismo being also depressed, and it's kind of fucked up, but in an appreciative way, I guess. I really like it a lot.
It feels like BoJack.
Kinda, yeah.
Oh wow!
Not on the same level as BoJack, but it's definitely like 1 or 2 right below it. It's still very self-deprecating and kind of like self-aware, which is weird. But I like it. So far, I like it a lot. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it for me for this week. I guess we can get into the news. What do you want to start with first?
Let me see. Because honestly, I was looking at the information from D23 and I expected more. I guess it makes sense because of the whole strike happening that they won't be announcing any movie related stuff, or at least new stuff. So yeah. Let me see. Let's see. Early this week, Warner Bros. Discovery said that it's set to take around $300 to $500 million hit to the earnings in 2023 because they kept releasing shitty movies with high budgets, and also because of the strikes. They screwed themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Savsla then went this continuous.
He like self-imploded.
I know, he was like, also we have IPs such as Harry Potter and the Lord of the Rings that we haven't utilized in about a decade, and people were like, you had 3 Fantastic Beasts movies came out in the last 3 years. and they bomb, and you were planning to do five, and I think you announced also a Harry Potter TV show. So you're using that.
Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, I think.
Oh no! They announced. I think this was last year or 2 years ago that they were gonna remake the films, the books, but
Yes,
in show form formats. And
right.
then obviously Warner Brothers games released last year, or it was this year. Howard's Legacy.
Yes.
So that IP has been used. Uh, the Lord of the Rings, you can argue. The last Hobbit movie, the next year will be 10 years since it was released. But yeah, the people are like, "What the fuck are you talking about? You're drunk. You've been doing stuff."
I don't know what world he's living in, but whoever's doing, like, someone needs to put a muzzle on him, because he keeps shooting himself in the foot.
Yeah. Let's see. Anything that I have more related to the.
I know the voice actors part of SAG-AFTRA is one step closer to doing a strike.
Oh
And I
yeah,
think it's because of Activision Blizzard, I want to say. I forget what exactly happened last week, but they're definitely getting closer to striking now, which is really starting to scare all the game studios.
yeah. I don't see I have anything else for the strike, so let me do some reports. There were a couple of reports coming around about new projects. The first one is apparently there's an animated version film based on the video game Stray to be in the works. I did not see who was gonna work on it, but I'm gonna assume maybe Sony. Uh,
I would hope
Stray.
so because I believe
Yeah.
they own the IP, right?
Uh, didn't check on that. Again, this week hasn't been like. Yeah. But yeah, let's see. There's a couple reports coming out regarding Star Wars, no Star Wars, Avengers Secret Wars director. Some rumors, Secret Wars and Kang Dynasty directors going around. One of them is saying that Sam Raimi might be on the lead for it, and the other one that I saw a couple days ago was Alfonso Cuarón as well, maybe on the lead for directing those two back to back. So we'll see.
I honestly, I like Sam Raimi, but I think he goes a little too off the wall a little bit. I'd prefer Alfonso if anything.
For me, it will be depending who is under the writing and how much, especially if it's Sam Raimi, how much they rank him. Since
Yeah.
I know for Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Badness, there was a lot of rewrites and changes via Marvel, and that's why the movie didn't come out as great as people say. But in the parts that are truly Sam Raimi directed, they look great. So we'll see. Let's see. There's a report saying that Nintendo is not seeking to make DLC content for The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom, and instead they're working. They're gonna be straight working on a sequel, which is gonna be a shame because I was hoping to get some DLC for that game. But if
the way that the game definitely leaves off, it's almost as if it should have been extended by a DLC, but
yeah,
they're really, really, really ruining their fan base or shitting on their fan base with this because the game was $70. I don't know if they release another game in a year. I don't know if people are going to want to buy another $70 game.
yeah, we'll see what they do. And I know this week we have also the first part of the DLC for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet coming out, so I'm excited for it. It should be
Yes.
on Wednesday, so that will be good. Let's see. Just a couple video game stuff. Let me see this. Let's see. So Mortal Kombat number 1 released a trailer this week announcing that Megan Fox is gonna voice Nitara, and they are heavily using some big names since Jean-Claude Van Damme is gonna be Nick Cage.
Yes, which people were fucking very divided on.
Johnny Cage. I don't know why it's a Nick Cage. Johnny Cage. So they're using now Megan Fox as Nitara. Another vampire, I
actually
guess.
don't think she'd be, or they she would be that bad. Especially, I think she's done other voice acting work in the past.
Yeah, and that character is basically her character from Jennifer's Body.
I was just gonna say.
That's the whole reason that they're casting her, because it's basically is a similar character, and I think it also has some likeness to her. But yeah, they are using star power on this game, which so far looks great. I mean, from everything that I've seen,
the character designs have kind of changed since the last Mortal Kombat, but that makes sense considering this is kind of like a soft reboot almost.
Yeah. The last game rebooted the universe, but they're continuing from that game. Liu Kang is still the new god of fire and electricity, I think it is.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, because of the events of the last game, but everything else has been essentially rebooted. So, yeah, it's like a new universe or whatever. Let's see. We got news that Reedpop and the ESA have parted ways over E3's status and future. Reedpop is a convention company that usually takes care of New York Comic Con, C2E2, E3 in this case. Per the information released, the ESA has now canceled the 2024 E3, but if it happens, it won't be held at the LA Convention Center, since apparently that was part of the deal of both of them working together. In addition, the report confirms that, well, not confirmed, but the report says that it looks like the ESA is looking into reinventing E3 for 2025 in case 2024 doesn't happen. So they might try to do something different going forward with this convention. So we'll see what they try to do. But yeah, E3 in the last couple of years has been like meh. Especially with so many companies trying to do their own thing now online or whatever.
It kind of started with Nintendo backing out, what was it, like 5 years ago, and they started doing the tree houses. Around the time that the Switch came out. And then Sony hasn't been there in 3 years. Microsoft, I think, hasn't been there in 3 years. It hasn't been what it used to be. And I think it's kind of gone downhill for the last, I want to say 10, 15 years anyways. So whatever.
Yeah, I think I saw Nintendo had their live event this week as well, or last week. I think I was looking at but it was recent.
September. Yeah. I completely forgot about it this week. It was on the 8th.
Oh, okay, so it was
this Friday?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. It's supposed to be announced sometime this week.
Oh, okay. I thought I saw it. Oh, well. Again, I've been out of commission for the whole week, so.
Yeah, the rumors are we got some announcements on the 8th about I forget what. But it was like nothing really big. But there's expected to be an announcement tomorrow or Tuesday for a direct on Thursday, which is what is the 13th. Okay.
Yeah. No, the 12th. Tuesday is the 12th. 13th is Wednesday.
Right. So yeah. We'll see tomorrow. A lot of rumors are suggesting that this could be related to the Switch too, because apparently at Gamescom, I don't know if you heard this last week or the week before, they had a closed door press event for people to kind of get like an alpha view of the Nintendo Switch 2.
Oh.
Obviously, a lot of NDAs were signed and no one can really talk about it. But
for sure.
People were very impressed with the early, alpha version of it. One thing that's yet to be seen, though, is like if they do launch a Nintendo Switch 2 that's a lot more powerful, is it going to be backwards compatible? I really hope so, because that's been something that Sony and Microsoft have kind of come to terms with for the PS4 and the PS5 and the Xbox One and whatever the fuck the Series thing is called. They're all backwards compatible now, so would be interesting.
Yeah, we'll see. Nintendo isn't that well known for that, but they've been bringing their online system, their online services for the old games. So we'll see how this one goes.
Right.
Let's see. Apple TV has they announced and released the first trailer for Monarch: Legacy of Monsters, releasing on November 17, 2023, which was quicker than I expected. It looks amazing, and it looks like we're gonna go to some of the Monsterverse movies, because in the trailer you see John Goodman characters from the Kong Skull Island movie, and I think he dies in that movie if I remember correct. Or
I believe so. It's been so long since I've seen that movie.
Regardless, you see them in the trailer, and he's wearing the same clothes. So I was like, oh, I guess we're gonna see some point of view from those movies that we never seen. And it looks like also during the first Godzilla that is in San Francisco, going to the bridge. Also, apparently, we're gonna see the point of view of a character that was there. So it will be interesting to see how they do. They connect everything, since the show is supposed to be going all the way from the 60s to now. Father and son actors, Jack Wyatt. No,
Wyatt Russell and Kurt Russell.
Wyatt Russell and Kurt Russell. Why is it Jack Wyatt? They're playing the same character, just at different ages. So it will be interesting. I thought that
was kind of interesting that his son Wyatt looks incredibly just like Kurt Russell did in the 70s and 80s. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, he does. That's a cool thing. That's a cool thing to do when you have a father and son that they look similar.
Right. Instead of using the CGI, I love this idea.
Yeah. Like I can see if they do the same for Tom Hanks and his son. They look similar. They look similar. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. I guess related to Ahsoka episode 4. Ahsoka episode 5 will be showing in some selected theaters on September 12th, which is Tuesday. Apparently, the episode is gonna be so big and important that Disney is gonna show it in some theaters. I was looking to see if they were playing anything anywhere close to me, but sadly, not happening.
Yeah, the only closest one to me that they're playing it at is actually the one that's at Disney Springs, and I really don't want to drive 40 minutes to go watch an episode of the show.
Yeah, but I'm assuming that one is going to be a big episode, so I'm excited for
Especially after the bombshell that was episode 3. Or 4?
You mean episode 4, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the last couple minutes of episode 4. Hello, Snips. I was like, ah! But yeah. Let's see. Just one more thing before pretty much jumping to the D23 stuff, which isn't much. For the first time ever, the Orlando airport has opened in conjunction with Universal Studios Halloween Horror Nights tribute store. This is the first time apparently they are doing it, so it looks amazing. So I guess when I arrive for my trip, just gonna spend a couple minutes there and get some merch before we go to Halloween Horror Nights.
Yeah, this is actually weird to me because I've been flying in and out of Orlando to go back to New York for work and stuff. There's been a lot of construction going on as far as like redoing parts of the. I'm sure when you see it, you'll notice the difference. But they just completely redid all of the Disney store that's there.
Mm-hmm.
The Universal store got a little bit of an overhaul as well, but there's a lot of empty stalls. So I'm assuming this was just a way for them to fill the empty space because a bunch of places had closed recently. So either way, I'm excited. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, it's gonna be cool to see it when I arrive. And then everything else that I have is related to D23, which it was held yesterday and today, still going at Orlando.
Disney's Contemporary Resort.
Yeah, the Contemporary Resort. It's a 2-day event. Pretty much they talk about park stuff for the most part, then some TV and animation and all that stuff. Though this year looks like they didn't announce much on that front. Most likely due to the strikes, there is nothing that they can announce that is new. They pretty much just show trailers or 10 or rather 10 minutes, 5 minutes previews of the first episode of Loki, which people that saw those teasers or those couple minutes confirmed that the show is going to start right away after the last episode of last season. I know they show like 10 minutes of the Marvels, but based on the descriptions, some people, it looks like it was stuff that we've seen on the trailer, so nothing new. What was the other thing that I saw? They showed the first 10 minutes of Wish, the new, the upcoming Disney animation film. That one, I haven't seen yet any descriptions about, but I'm gonna assume that is the only new stuff that nobody has seen before. I don't know if they show anything at other San Diego or anything like that before. And
not in a while. They used to do it more often. They haven't done it in a while since D23 got bigger. The other thing that they did do, which I thought was kind of cool, is they launched a behind the scenes for Elemental. I forget what they call it, but it's like a whole documentary about creating Elemental and behind the scenes on the animation, the process they went through and stuff like that, which I thought was kind of cool.
Nice.
That's up on Disney Plus now.
Oh, cool. Yeah, the only new thing that I know they show that they haven't shown to anyone is they show the whole Once Upon a Studio short, animated short that they've been working for the 100-year anniversary. This is pretty much using 2D, 3D animation, calling back old voice actors that are still alive, obviously, and then using prior unused recordings for those that pass away. I guess the big when this was announced, the biggest thing was Robin Williams, obviously, and they were like, no, we're not using AI. We're just using all recordings from Aladdin that they didn't end up on the film for this short, because that was the first, especially that that was announced when the whole AI thing started going on, and Disney was like, oh, no, we're not using AI to voice him. Because I also
they use stuff for him and I forget the actress's name that just passed away that
Ed Asner.
Ursula. Ed Asner was one of them too.
Yeah.
And the lady who voiced Ursula, who just passed away recently, they did same thing, all unused lines that she had recorded.
Okay, yeah.
Which I thought was really cool. Especially for like Robin Williams, who had apparently hours worth of unused recordings, specifically just for Aladdin.
Yeah, because he outlived like 90% of his lines.
Yeah.
So yeah, so they showed the entire thing. Apparently, it's really good. People were standing ovation, but obviously, the people that are going to this are hardcore Disney fans. So take it with a grain of salt on that point. And then the only other related stuff regarding film and TV is that they announced that Pixar Elemental is coming to Disney Plus on September 13th, so next week. And then Haunted Mansion on October 4th, my birthday.
Yes.
Other stuff that they talk about pretty much was park related stuff. For Star Tours, they announced that we will getting Sokka content in 2024. They didn't specify, but I'm gonna guess Cetos and Lothal, perhaps. Asha from Wish, the main character from the movie, is gonna be making character appearances. Disney locations for Disney World will be Epcot starting next week. Starting next week, they even had the one of the actresses just walk on stage.
Yes.
They announced the Hatbot Ghost is finally appearing over at Disney World in November, which makes no sense because Halloween is soon. But that was one of the biggest things that I saw people Twitter going.
A lot of people were kind of pissed because originally I think it was supposed to be completed by October 5th or 6th or something like that, but I don't know what happened.
Yeah, people were like, "Are they gonna bring the Hatbox Ghost after October, after Halloween?" That makes no sense. But yeah, that was one of the things that I saw Twitter going crazy over. They announced the contributor jamborees are gonna be getting new songs as well as records, as well as they're gonna re-records other Disney songs in country form, starting in 2024. I don't know if
You're also doing a complete refurbishment of the animatronics and the audio system because it is beat.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the speakers in that place are like real bad.
Yeah, I don't think I haven't done that one in.
I was telling Allison I think we should probably do it before they shut it down for the refurb because I've never done it either.
Yeah.
Or if I did it when I was a kid and I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't think I'd ever gone to that one. They announced, well, this one is a future thing, but they announced that they're going to be working on a new tavern / lounge / bar for Pirates of the Caribbean. They said something related to a parrot. I guess it's part of the lore. I'm not familiar with it.
So at the entrance of specifically the Disney World, Pirates of the Caribbean, there used to be a parrot above the sign that would talk to guests and like make fun of you and do a bunch of other stuff. It was taken down a number of years ago, and people thought it was scrapped. But apparently, the animatronic is still at Imagineering, and they're going to be putting it in this tavern.
Oh, okay.
Which is really cool. And people were super excited about it.
Okay, yeah. So the tavern is gonna revolve around him. So I guess he's gonna be the keystone or the thing for this bar. But yeah, they're gonna be working. Yeah, they're gonna be working on that. They announced that Moana Journey of Water is opening on October 16, which is only 1 week after I'm there. Also, they announced that Moana herself will be showing up for this thing. Let's see. They announced also World of Celebration. That section of Epcot will be set to open on December 5th.
Yes, thank God. That's that whole section right behind where Spaceship Earth is, and now it's a huge portion of the park that you can't use.
And I believe that's where the statue of Walt sitting is gonna be, right?
Yes, it's gonna be right in front of the stage or right in the center of wherever the circle is, I think.
They also announced the name of the next Epcot show, Luminous the Symphony, which is debuting also in December. The test track, sorry. The test track is getting a retheme in conjunction with Chevrolet. I guess you are so excited about this.
Yes. So originally, when Epcot first opened, there was a different ride there called World of Motion, which I remember going on as a kid. And it was basically like kind of like a slow dark ride in a car, and it kind of went through the future of like what automobiles would be and what the future of whatever would be of technology, stuff like that.
Flying cars and all that stuff.
Yeah, and I think in like 2008 or 2007 or something like that, that whole thing was demolished, and GM was taken out as the sponsor, and it was brought in as Chevrolet, and Chevrolet wanted something more thrilling, so they made Test Track. And the first iteration of Test Track was actually you were a test dummy testing a car.
Oh, okay.
Which was awesome. And then they got rid of that in 2017 or 2012 or something like that. I forget. And they have the version that you have now where you're basically designing a car. And it's like a race thing, which was dumb. No one's liked it since it's been that for however many years it's been. So I'm excited that they're going back to the roots of like what Epcot used to be, which is like exploration and science and learning and stuff like that. So I'm super excited, especially since it's going back to World of Motion and they're going to be pulling a lot of stuff from that. I don't know if they're going to be completely redoing all of Test Track, but whatever they do, I'm super excited.
Yeah. Another thing they announced as well for Epcot will be a new meetup with Figment. In fact, they show the new suit. I see already some people on on Twitter saying that the head looks really small on the character, on the custom character.
It's not the head that a lot of people have a problem with. It's the fact that he's not fat. And if you ride the Figment Journey into Your Imagination or Journey into Your Imagination with Figment, he's a little round. He's a little tubby boy. And people are like, why doesn't he look like that? And it's going to be really hard for them to take an animatronic and turn that into a,
Yeah. The meet and greets are supposed to start this week. So, yep. Let's see.
They start today or tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. I guess it will make sense because they're D23 and all that stuff. They announced a new Zootopia show will be created for the Trio Live at Animal Kingdom. Also for Animal Kingdom, they talk about what it is currently right now, Disney Dinosaur Land USA, or Dinoland. Yeah, the thinking about either using Indiana Jones or Encanto inspired stuff to retheme the land. The base idea that they said it will be pretty much using for the what is it? To be inspired by the tropical areas of South, Central, and North America. So, which
I'm super excited about this. I'm sad that they're going to get rid of the dinosaur ride, and it's most likely going to be rethemed to Indiana Jones, which I've never ridden the Indiana Jones ride at Disneyland. I've heard it's amazing. They're literally the same exact ride. They just have a different animatronics and stuff on them. But Dinoland definitely severely needs some help. It's a mess. And I get that it has its own backstory, but the fact that you have to go and search to find whatever the story is, that it was created by two guys who had a gas station there, it's overly complicated and doesn't read very well for most guests. It's just silly.
Huh. Yeah,
there's a whole backstory to Dinoland, and it's fascinating, but also kind of infuriating that you have to go and search for it to find out what it is, like why it looks like a carnival.
Oh, I have no idea. But yeah, no, I'm excited if they actually do and incorporate, especially South American imagery, and especially if they do Encanto, that will be amazing for me. Obviously,
I think Encanto's definitely gonna happen.
I'm biased since South American. So
right, I definitely think Encanto's going to be part of it, and I think they're going to end up probably splitting it half and half. It'll be part Encanto, part Indiana Jones, which whatever, I'm fine with that because a lot of Indiana Jones movies do take place in Central America.
And you can use the Amazon for both of them, anyways.
Exactly. So it's a kind of like a win-win situation. The one thing that I do hope, and a lot of rumors that kind of circulated after the fact, were if we had like a walk through tropical rainforest, kind of like how you do the walkthrough in Asia where you can see all the tigers and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
If they had something similar to that, but for like animals you could only find in the rainforest.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so it
That
would
would
be
be
like
so cool.
capybaras, tapirs,
Yeah,
ocelots,
there's so many different diverse
jaguars,
ecosystems.
or
Yeah, like there's so
jaguars.
much cool stuff that are just not, on display in Animal Kingdom that should be.
Yeah, many tropical birds.
Yes, there's so much they can do with it, which is always felt kind of like a loss.
And if they bring this one bird that exists on the Amazon jungle of Peru, I'll cry.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
Yeah, so yeah, hopefully we get enough more news about this, and we'll see what they do. Since this, at least this part was like the pipeline kind of talk, so it's not 100% set up. Just like
it's out of blue. If you know anything about Disney
oh yeah,
Imagineering, there's a term called blue sky, which
blue
is
sky.
like they're everything's on the table. Blue sky is like this. It's infinite, like the sky is.
Which they talked about last year as well, with a section of beyond Imagine Kingdom, beyond Thunder Mountain, I think it was. That they
right
were
on the other side, it was going to be like villains themed or
yeah,
something
yeah.
like that.
It's a similar situation here. There is just talking that what might be.
Well, according to Imagineers now, it's out of blue sky and it's in what they call pipeline. So they've narrowed it down to a handful of ideas, and now it's just a matter of fleshing it out and
choosing.
Yeah,
that's cool. Another thing that I saw they announced is starting September 22nd for a limited time, Soaring Over California will be featuring Epcot.
Yes, I'm so excited about this. We're going on the 24th to do the Journey of Water preview thing.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody knows how long it's going to be there. They just said it's going to be there for a limited time. I'm assuming it'll probably be there until December. I'm hoping it's there when you're there, because I've only done. No, actually, no. I've never done Soaring Over California before.
I think I've done it once, and I don't
think they play it at California Adventure anymore either. They only play it for like annual pass nights or something.
Then never mind then.
But I'm excited to do it. I've never done it. I've heard it's better than Soaring Over the World or whatever it's called now.
Mm-hmm.
Smells are a lot better, supposedly. Plus, it's California.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it will be great if they have it. Let's see. Another couple things that they announced, mostly related to more international stuff. We had a first look at the Frozen Land in Shanghai, I want to say.
Well, there's two. They did one for Tokyo Disney Sea and one for Shanghai.
Yeah, and it looks great. Based on
it does look really cool. And then they did the whole Tokyo Disney Sea, which was the Neverland, Arendelle, and what was the fourth one? The third one?
I think it's Rapunzel's area.
Yeah, Rapunzel's area, where you'll get to go to the bar from the movie, which I think is incredible and looked fantastic.
They also give us a look at the Zootopia thing in Shanghai. I want to say this one it is.
Yes.
And
which looks really cool. And the ride,
the animatronics,
so much fun.
Oh yeah, the animatronics. So they show, holy crap, they've been working on those. Yeah, I'm very excited that they're getting away from the projection faces and going full animatronic faces again, because it looks incredible. Yeah, and the ride is like a hot pursuit kind of thing, and they're using the same technology as Mickey's railroad without the trackless. Right?
It's a trackless vehicle. Supposedly this is faster than Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway too, because you're supposed to feel like you're on a car chase. Yeah, and which is really, really fun. Yeah, you chase some bandits, I guess, and go to all the locations in Zootopia, which are like the savannah and the forest region and so on. So
and see all the characters and animatronics and all that stuff. And then what was the other thing? They talked about the cruise lines. They show locations. I didn't pay much attention because I don't do cruises. I don't know if you pay attention to any of this stuff.
Yeah, there's going to be a new island adjacent to Castaway Key that they have already. That's going to be a completely new island for them. That's going to be a destination. I don't remember if it's for the treasure when that launches. But they gave us a little bit more information about the treasure, which we already kind of got on Thursday anyways, during the reveal. There's still some things that we don't know because there's still the bar, which was the hyperspace lounge on the Wish currently, is going to not be the hyperspace lounge on the treasure. Supposedly it's going to be Haunted Mansion themed. We don't know 100% yet. But we know that the treasure is going to be going out of Port Canaveral. And then they also debuted the new ship that's going to be in the East Asia, I want to say. Like the Singapore, China, Thailand kind of itineraries. This other ship's only gonna be over there, and I think it's called the Adventure, which is kind of cool. Funny story about the Adventure ship is it was purchased by a Chinese company that was trying to start up a cruise line, and they ended up going bankrupt and left the ship in production, which was holding up Disney's other ship out that was going to be after the treasure. So they ended up buying it so that they could just have it run in Asia. Which is funny. That's why it kind of looks a little different than the rest of their ships because it wasn't designed by them or for Disney specifically, but they just changed the colors of it.
That makes sense. Let me see.
Kind of cool.
Just double checking if there's something else. I don't see anything else. Like I said, they being very low on content this year, and obviously for obvious reasons. The only other thing that I saw is they announced the dates and location for next year will be August 9, 10, and 11 in Anaheim, California. And yeah, anyway, that's all I have, unless you have something else that I miss.
I was trying to go back through my notes. I think that's pretty much everything. I know they gave away some stuff there supposedly, and I haven't seen anything about it yet, but there was a panel for Lorcana, I think it was today, that they were giving away special packs at like booster packs that you could only get at the Destination D23.
So, yeah, were you able to get Lorcana cards?
Yes. The week after my birthday, I got a call from my local game store or comic store, game store, that they had gotten more in stock. They weren't told when they were getting them back in. They just showed up, I guess. So I got 2 booster packs. I got the Moana one and the Cruella de Vil, which comes with a full deck, and then it came with 2 booster packs, I think, in each one.
Yeah.
So I got to figure out how I want to play and how I want to build my decks.
How to play. Yeah, I saw many of the trading card booths and vendors or whatever at DragonCon. They have Lorcana cards. I was tempted to get them, but I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna play it. I mean, I
mostly got it because I like the art on them.
I went for the Lord of the Rings for the art because it's Lord of the Rings, but I don't know if I'm that into getting Disney cards. You know.
Yeah, I'm hoping that because there's going to be a set 2 launch, I think, sometime in October. That's the one I'm more excited about because that's going to have a lot more different cards in it. Because this base one, which was phase 1, I think is what they call it or something. had a limited set of the cards and a limited set of like characters and stuff that you can play with, and this new one's gonna like triple or quadruple the amount of characters. So that's what I'm looking forward to a lot. I'm hoping they bring in stuff from the parks too, because that was originally part of the plan, but we don't know yet. It would be really cool to see like Big Al from Country Bear Jamboree, or like Madame Leota from the Haunted Mansion as a card. But yeah,
that's pretty much all I have. I mean, I don't know if you have something else that is not D23 related, maybe.
The only thing that I wanted to just kind of go back to was the Luminous Symphony of Us announcement for Epcot. Apparently, they got a sample of the music that they were going to use, that is going to be used during the nighttime show, and a lot of people said that it's very similar to Illuminations, Reflections of Earth, which is my favorite all-time nighttime show ever. I love that show so much.
Have I seen that one? I don't know if I've seen it.
It played at Epcot until 2019.
I also have other time I don't remember the name was of the show. So,
Illuminations was the one where they had the big globe come out and then it would like open up into a flower. And
did it had from Coco?
No, that was the. I forget what that one was, but that was the one where they had the songs they would sing in 3 different languages.
In different languages, yeah. That one I remember. But I don't remember. Oh, okay, that was Harmonious.
Yeah, I didn't hate Harmonious. I just didn't like it as much as Illuminations. Illuminations had a whole story.
So I don't think. I don't think I did Illuminations, or if I did, I don't remember.
But I'm excited for Luminous. It looks really good, and I'm glad that it's coming on December 5th, which is the day that they're opening up the world.
The War of a Celebration.
Whatever it is.
War of a Celebration, I think it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited for that.
And
that looks...
what is the show that is happening right now, if there is any?
They're doing Epcot Forever.
Okay, so that will be
which
the first
is
time.
Like a look back at all of the Epcot stuff. They have the songs from rides that aren't there anymore, like Veggie Veggie Fruit Fruit, which was from Somewhere in the Land. They have the original song, one of the original songs from the first Figment ride with the Dreamfinder.
Oh. I haven't seen that one, so yeah, that will be great to see. Which I think it will be running when I'm there.
Epcot Forever will be, yes.
Yeah, if the next one is starting December 5th, yeah.
So you'll definitely see it. Now I'm excited for you. I liked it a lot. I thought it was good. It's not as good as Harmonious, and it's not as good as Illuminations, obviously, but it's still pretty good. It's fun.
Nice.
But yeah. I think that'll pretty much do it for this week's episode. Obviously, like, comment, subscribe, let us know if there's something we missed. Hit us up on Twitter, I refuse to call it X, at Nonsense Nerdy. Yeah. So I guess we will see you guys in the next episode.
Where I'll be freaking out over episode 5 of Ahsoka.
Yes. Oh my god, it's gonna be good.
Because if they're gonna show it in theaters, it has to be good.
There's definitely gonna be a bombshell, and I'm curious.
Yeah.
What?
And it's the Dave Filoni directing, so
right. We're in good hands.
We're in good hands. I'm gonna be freaking out. Yes.
So yeah, that'll do it for this week's episode, everyone. We will see you guys in the next episode.
Bye.
Take care, everyone.